Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Al and I'm in my board game era. So today is one of those videos that's a little late, but better late than never, I'm hoping. It is a Christmas board game haul. Can't wait to share with you all of the things I got for Christmas, bought for Christmas, and forced my family to have for Christmas because we all love board games, right? Yeah, they do. So here's the list of all of the things we have related to board games for Christmas 2023. Okay, first up, Hallertau. To be honest, I'm not really sure what I was thinking when I bought this. I think I thought I was a different board game teacher. I think I thought my husband was a different board game player. It was a little bit more advanced than we were prepared for. Mostly him. He was not prepared for the amount of farming involved in this game. So Hallertau is a Uwe Rosenberg game. And if you know anything about Uwe, your boy loves a good farming game. He loves resource management. He makes you work for it too. So there is a set amount of rounds where you have to collect resources to expand your village and make it prosper, make it fruitful. I'm not really sure what the actual goal of it, but you have to get points and you have to do that with farming. Sounds a little bit less exciting when I tell you about it, but there's a lot of great playthroughs out there and teaches, and I'm going to link them below for you to go and see it from some other experts, but I'm just here to tell you about it today. Quick little blurb. Next, Point City and Deep Dive. Now, these two were a bit of a stretch for me because they were my first foray into crowdfunding. So I have been nervous to try Kickstarter or GameFound because I wasn't really sure how they worked. And to be honest, I couldn't find a lot of videos out there about how to do it, how to get started, what's the best game for me just starting out, and how do I know? So that might actually be a video that we do in the future. Anyways, I finally bit the bullet and I was like, okay, I love point salad. My family loves point salad. There's probably little risk in doing Point City, and Deep Dive seemed really cute theme, little penguins diving deep. Some of them kind of get eaten a little bit, but it's fine. They come back to you, so don't even worry about it. But so fun. Actually, one of the biggest surprises for us for gameplays this year so far is Deep Dive. It is the cutest little game where you have different sections of water and you have to land your little meeple penguin, your people penguin, your penguin meeple on the little squares in the different sections of the water. And if you pull up food, you can take that food back home with you, or you can choose to go deeper. If you choose to go deeper, the chances of getting eaten or just held by a predator are greater. So you take your chances, you push your luck a little bit, and you try to collect the points with, or sorry, the food with the most points in your little 3x3 grid. And the most points at the end wins. It was super fun. It's really fast, easy to teach, easy to learn, and a great little family game. So keep that in mind for next time you go to buy a game. Point City, haven't played yet, so can't tell you too much about it, but it's a similar vein as Point Salad, I'm gathering, where you have cards and you build out a bit of a tableau, gathering points. More to come on that when I play it. Next, we have Space Base. So, Space Base, little older, new to us, older to experienced people in the hobby, but I can definitely see why it is a crowd favorite. This little game, small box, big game. I was surprised. Actually, everybody was surprised. It plays really fast. It's easy concept to learn, and what I love most about it, and what my kids and my family have loved most about it, is on your turn, on other people's turn, you're always doing things. So in Space Base, you have a little mat in front of you that has all these different space stations, and you're rolling dice to switch out cards to get the most points. So first person to 40 points wins the game. So on your turn, you're rolling out and you're hoping to activate a section of cards. On another person's turn, you're hoping to activate the upper part of your cards. It moves really quickly. It's a lot of fun, and it was such a surprise to us as well. So this next game, my favorite game, and a surprise, my husband bought it for me as a surprise for me for Christmas. It is season 2 of Final Girl. I was so excited to see this game come out. I was completely blown away that he did that for me, and so pumped to get through all of the new feature films for this season. So if you're not familiar with Final Girl, it is a solo only board game, although we sometimes play it cooperatively. It is the classic horror film trope where there's one girl left at the end of the horror movie and she has to face off against the big bad. Now, you know nothing about me, but I'm here to tell you I love a good vampire story. I love a good werewolf story. My favorite TV show of all time, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I'm not afraid to share that with you because it is an excellent TV show and you should all go watch that immediately. So for me, Final Girl kind of brings the vibes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where there's that one girl. She's the only girl left to save the world from danger and evil. And it kind of makes me I kind of become the final girl, which is amazing. So you face off against one of the killers in a box series that you choose, and it has a location and it has a killer, and the killer has a level of life and you have a level of life as the final girl. So you're playing out cards and rolling dice to battle him, save victims, although the name of the game is not Final Victim, is Final Girl, so sometimes we just let them die. And at the end, when you've battled him down to 1 life, or he's battled you down to 1 life, the best part I feel the game is that you flip over this last life token and you see if he comes back with extra health or you come back with extra health, because that's the name of the horror film game. At the end of the movie, when they're dead, they come back for this one final last breath, do or die, end the film in a big epic dramatic fashion. And this board game completely does that well. So excited. I'm definitely going to do some playthroughs on that for you guys, and I cannot wait to share that with you more. Next we have White Castle. Again, I was not sure who I was when I bought this. Definitely thought I was a more advanced board gamer than I am, or maybe again that I think my husband is, but it was actually surprisingly not that difficult. Once we got through a lot of the rules, there's a lot of moving parts to it, but it's beautiful, and they have these cute little bridges that you have to make, and then the board is gorgeous, and there's not a lot of things to do, but some of the nuances of it are a little bit tricky because the game is based on doing as much as you can in a short amount of time. So you only have 9 turns in the whole game, and in those 9 turns you need to maximize what you're doing. So you try to plan your turn so that you're comboing into doing more and getting the most out of that turn, which might mean you're going to one area of the board, collecting a resource to send you off to another part of the board to collect one more resource to finally finish out your turn in one way. And at the end, you're like, man, I had a killer turn. And you feel really satisfied with your turns in this game. And it was surprisingly quick to pick up. It was a lot of fun, and we are looking forward to playing more games of that. So stay tuned for more on that later on in the channel. So next up in our Christmas board game haul is Taverns of Tiefenfell? Taverns of Tiefenfell? Tiefenfell? We affectionately call it Taverns of Tiefenfell because we can't say that last word. But it is an awesome game where you have a little tavern and you're trying to upgrade parts of your tavern to be able to hold more resources and to get more points and bring more patrons into your tavern to sell them beer and collect money from them to then turn it into upgrades for your board. It is a fun little dice game, kind of a dice game. You have dice. So maybe it's a dice game. You roll the dice and then you pick one off of the little tray that you have and you switch with the other players and you pick from their tray and then you switch it again. And it goes on like that until you have 4 dice in front of you. And you use those dice to place them out on your board to feed your patrons or to collect beer from your beer mongers. Is that what they are? Beer mongers? Or are they beer meisters? No, that's not right. They're beer people. They bring beer to your tavern. Anyways, it is a fun little game. Not push your luck, but it definitely has a little bit of a Quacks of Quedlinburg vibe, which is not surprising because it's made by the same people. But it's fun. We loved Quacks of Quedlinburg. That was one of our last year's Christmas board game. Okay, next up on our board game Christmas haul is Canvas. Now, this is a cute board game all about art, and I bought it for my daughter, who is an artist. And the first time I showed her a playthrough of this game, she was completely captivated by it and had to have it. And me loving board games and loving that she wanted a board game and it was all about her favorite thing, which is art, meant it was a must buy. So we bought Canvas this year and it is a gorgeous game about art, and you are collecting these cellophane sheets with little pictures on them and you stick them into these card sleeves to build up this beautiful picture that you create. And what's neat about this is it not only creates a beautiful picture in front of you, but it also gives you a name for the piece that you create. It's very chill, it's very relaxing, and it's not like a cutthroat game. It's a perfect game for like early morning on Sunday when you're having a coffee or a tea and you just want something to start your day. It is such a fun game. It was so exciting to see her excited about it and to try, and I'm really glad we got to play this game this year, and it is something I think we can build on. There's lots of different expansions for it, so we'll see what this game can bring to us in the future. Next game on our list is Dorfromantik, and it sounds so exotic and fun. Haven't played it yet, so I can't really speak too much, but from what I know, it is a tile laying game, very similar, I believe, to Carcassonne. If anyone's played Carcassonne, it is tiles where you're building out this map of a village, a city. There's villages in this city, in this area on the map, and it is a cooperative game and I believe a campaign game. So as you go on, the game builds. There's different envelopes that you open up and the game evolves the more you play it. So I think for us, the more cooperative games we can play, the better. We love playing us versus the game. It's one of our favorite types of board games to play. So that's why this one intrigued me, because we love Carcassonne and we love co-op games. So we thought this one might be just the ticket for a co-op for 2024 to get us started in the co-op gaming saga. And it'll be interesting to see what we think of it. Maybe it's too much like Carcassonne for us, or maybe it's not enough game to be different. So we'll see. I'll let you know how that goes. So next on our list is Marvel Dice Throne. So we are big Marvel fans in this family. And when I saw Marvel Dice Throne, I knew we would love this game. So that's not actually true. Eventually, I knew we would love this game. We don't really like to be mean to each other when we play board games. So any battle games, I kind of stayed away from them for a while, kept them off my to-buy list. But this year is a new year. It's a new board game era. So we're gonna try battle games, and we're gonna have some fun with them, see what they bring. So Marvel Dice Throne brings you lots of different characters that you love seeing in the movies. We have Spider-Man, Loki, Thor, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Black Panther. That might be it. There might be more. I'm not sure. When we do our playthrough of that and I show you more of that game, we'll get into more of the specifics of who's available for characters. But this game is a lot of fun. You play as one of these characters. The production of the game is incredible. There's this beautiful fold out board and individual dice for each character. And you chuck dice into the center of the table or into a dice tray, whichever you prefer. And you use those dice to create combos of dice. Similar to Yahtzee in a way, where you collect like dice to match them up to different areas of your board to attack the other players. When you're able to attack the other players, their health points decrease, and you win by getting your opponent's health points down to nothing. Hopefully that's not you. A lot of fun so far. We have a little bit more to explore in this game, but we're looking forward to doing a lot more playthroughs and enjoying this game more in the future. Up next, similar to Dice Throne, Disney Villainous. I was so excited about this game, and I've been so excited about this game for so long. But again, we were not in our battling era, but we are now. We're going to try to do some more games where it's 1v1, 2v2, like battling against each other. And this is the perfect game for that. So you get to play as a classic Disney villain, which I think if we're all honest, we've always wanted to be a Disney villain. And they're so cute, and they are so true to the story and the theme of Disney and those characters. And each character has its own mission that you have to accomplish by moving your meeple to a different area of your board. And on that section of the board, there are different actions that you can take. Some of them might be to cause some trouble for your counterparts, your frenemies, or to collect some power, or to play out cards, or to help achieve your own goals. So only a few playthroughs of this so far, but it is so good, and I'm kind of bummed we waited so long to play it, but there is going to be a lot of villainous going on in this house in 2024, maybe even a tournament. I'm not sure if you guys have seen Jeff and Jamie over at Foster the Meeple, an incredible channel. You should definitely go check them out. They are one of my favorite channels on YouTube about board gaming. Also Canadians, so yay for Canadians. With every year they do a villainous tournament, and I love to see it. So maybe that's something that we can try in the future. But yeah, we'll see. And last on the list for 2023's Christmas board game haul is Ark Nova. So again, haven't played Ark Nova yet, but I'm very excited. It is a big game, and didn't realize it until we got it home, but it will be our heaviest game. So if you're not familiar with weights of board games, Board Game Geek or BGG has a rating for each board game, which tells you just how much game there is to play. So some of the heavier weighted games are more involved. There's more rules or more components or just a lot more game there than some of your smaller games and lighter weight games. So Ark Nova will be our heaviest game that we have and own. And after Hallertau, I'm not sure that we're quite there yet. I mean, we did make it through Hallertau and it was fun, but I think we need a break. Not me, but my husband, he needs a break between those heavier games. Because committing 3 hours of your life to a board game, that's tough. That's tough. I mean, not tough for me because I would love to do that. I would do that back to back because that sounds like a good time to me, but that's not for everyone, and that's okay. So we're going to talk about lots of different types of board games, lots of different lengths of time to play board games, and we're going to figure out what the best board game is for you to get you into your board game era. So thanks for joining me, guys, and we'll see you soon. Widow and Black Panther and Spider-Man, Loki and Thor, and Red Witch, Scarlet Witch, not Red Witch, that's a different thing. Okay. Should I start that over?